Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. What a wonderful trooping the color. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I know if I'm not, you guys will correct me. But it was so beautiful, and Catherine looked like a goddess. She really did. I mean, it's really would be very difficult for anyone to put Meghan and Catherine side by side and try to compare. It's almost insulting because Catherine has this inner beauty that Meghan lacks, which is grace, elegance, empathy, caring, loving, just you name it. Everything you name that's good about Catherine is the opposite of what Meghan is. And I guess she decided that her dog treats and her raspberry jam needed an introduction right during the time that it wasn't her moment. And I don't know what her PR team is up there doing or saying, but it's just interesting. She just recently reposted some raspberry jam, raspberry jam and some dog treats. Okay, I'm gonna go online right now and order it. And what is she coming out with? Are you selling it? Are you just saying that this is what you have in your house? That you made some raspberry jam and look at it, here it is. See? Right during the time that Catherine was stepping out of that carriage. It makes Meghan look so petty and disgusting. And, you know, we joke about it and we say, you know what? I bet Meghan's going to do something to try to upstage Catherine. There's really nothing she could have ever done to have stopped us from watching Catherine step out for the first time in months. I mean, we were excited. I was on the Royal Mess. I was a mess. I was exhausted. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. The event took place, and it felt like I was waking up watching Catherine and William's wedding again. Because I just remember getting up, watching their wedding, and just being in awe of the whole ensemble. But I want to give it up to Catherine because she just looks like a princess. She is the epitome of what princess is all about. And I see why Meghan is just extremely jealous. Is it okay that she's jealous? No. What I'm saying is that I could definitely see why and how she could be jealous of someone like Catherine because she's not her. We're gonna watch 2 videos today. I wasn't even going to talk about the gruesome twosome, but I decided to go ahead and talk about the gruesome twosome because it is what it is. Whether I talk about them today or tomorrow, it is what it is. But I do know that Catherine is getting a lot of praise over here in the United States. She's on our channel. They're talking about the big event, the trooping of the color, the trooping the color. It's all over our news, and it was breaking news that Catherine was going to be in attendance. And I'm sure Meghan just couldn't handle it mentally and emotionally. She couldn't take it. She can't just allow others to have their moment without her stepping in the spotlight saying, look at me, look at me. It's the me show. I'm going to sing it in a minute. But no. And that's what happens. She comes out. She tries to upstage Catherine with her raspberry jam and also her dog biscuits. But what princess is running around making dog biscuits and raspberry jam? I mean, I get that you want to make it for the house. Like if you have a craft that you like to make raspberry jam or jam and you're making it for the house. But to make money off of it is interesting. Now this is going to be Angela Livin and Nina. And I'm going to go ahead and get to it. I had something else to say, but I'm sure it'll come back to me. Here we go.
Angela, wow, it's been busy, hasn't it, today?
Let me put you on pause a second. But before we get into the gruesome twosome, let's talk about Catherine a little bit more. I heard that it's not good for her to be around people or to catch a cold or something like that because they're trying to keep her immune system from being compromised. That's what I'm hearing as well. I heard that, let's see what else. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can hear it okay.
A couple of words. That Meghan introduced some raspberry jam and some dog's biscuits just an hour before. Don't laugh.
Don't make me
an
laugh.
hour before.
Well, yes, but so...
Stripping of the colour. I mean, can you imagine that?
Why does she want to be noticed? Why does she want to be known? Why does she want to be seen? Why she just can't be quiet for just a moment? No, so an hour before the event started, Meghan posted some raspberry jam and some dog biscuits. It's just like, it's not, and it's almost petty. Like she does petty stuff. This is so petty. Like, why would you do that? Knowing that it's not your moment. But I'm going to make it my moment by posting some more raspberry jam as if she's oblivious to the fact that this event was going on. Sorry about that. A little bit busts in sometimes. But if you think about it, it really makes Meghan look really shallow and petty when she does stupid stuff like this, coming out with something during a time where it's supposed to be about Catherine. She can't help herself. It's like a disease. Like, I have to say something. If I don't, it's almost like she proves us right every time. Every time she comes out and does stupid stuff like raspberry. I guess she didn't get the first batch wasn't that great, so I guess she's going with raspberry now. Because I heard through Giant the Slayer said that she was in a jam. Let's move on.
Desire to be noticed and to always
But do you think so? Because, you know what, though? This is maybe the timing, and it timed in with this. If it were me and I was marketing, I'd probably not do it at the same time. I'd actually think that probably wouldn't be as wise to...
90% of everybody wouldn't do it. Only a few, like Meghan. Only a narcissistic person would do that. Only someone that can't, just has to have their name brought up in a situation of a royal event. Something is crazy as having to have her name mentioned during a time when it was not about her. That's how I know, like, she is so jealous of Catherine. You can't help but to see it. If anything, especially now, Catherine is sick. She's not well 100%, but Meghan doesn't care. Meghan will kick you while you're down. Her father had 2 strokes, 2 heart attacks and a stroke, or vice versa. But he had something, and she kicked him while he was down. Oh, you're not seeing the kids. Now, I know if Thomas Markle can't see the kids, King Charles ain't going to be able to see the kids because she's going to blackmail them. She's going to say, no, if you don't allow us to have security, King Charles, then you can't see the kids. You got to see them on Zoom. Or, I don't have a place to stay in England, so I'm never going back there again. And there's no need for me and my kids to be there either. This is Meghan. The other day on the Royal Mess, I wanted to ask the team, I wanted to ask them, who do they think is keeping the kids away from family? Is it Meghan or is it Harry? And the conversation also was discussing how whose fault is this? What part does Harry play in Meghan's game? And at the end of the day, it's her game is divorcing him. What else does she need with him after she realized that she's used everything that she can? But obviously she thinks he's more useful to her being married as of right now. But love and caring and cherishing each other and loving on each other, that's that no. No. Hold on. No. Okay. No, it just makes her look really petty and stupid. Coming out during the time where Catherine was making her first appearance. If anything, just be silent and be quiet and allow Catherine to have her moment so that you won't look so childish, so you won't look like you're jealous of her, so you won't look like, oh, I have to bring some attention towards me because I can't stand for my in-laws to have any stage.
To time it then seems an odd thing. I think I probably, because obviously the world is looking at the tripping of the colour, aren't they?
Yes, but if you go back...
Like Nana said, I wouldn't do something like this. You guys wouldn't do nothing like that. You wouldn't show up at your daughter's or your sister's wedding talking about you're pregnant or you're getting married or something. I just bought a house or just anything to take away the shine away from who it's supposed to be shined on. Over here in the United States, Meghan couldn't take all the publicity that her sister-in-law was getting. But it doesn't surprise me. This is who she is.
It's always just before a big event because she wants the attention. I don't think she works it out that other people would do it. I think she works it out that they're all look at me. Let me tell you about one amazing lady.
Very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to Kinsley Schofield. Now, she said something that I thought was interesting, so we'll go ahead and listen to her, okay?
A story emerged, or has emerged, it's been reported that the king is... We discuss, a story emerged, or has emerged, it's been reported that the king is very upset about the long-distance nature of his relationship with Archie and Lilibet, Harry's kids, Harry and Meghan's kids. He feels he's a Zoom grandpa, and
he thinks he's a Zoom grandpa. Well, Charles, you're lucky that you even get to see them on Zoom, because word on the street is the other grandfather can't even see the kids on Zoom, on television, on a phone, nothing. She's not letting the kids come out and play, peek, or do anything. Now, Catherine's kids, we have seen them grow up and they look so beautiful. They looked so adorable yesterday. And it's just great to see them grow up. You know, we don't know anything about Meghan and Harry's kids. And I don't think it's because they're private. I think there's trauma around their kids. There's something going on over there that ain't on the up and up. But what Kinsley Schofield's gonna break it down, and I like this part that she says, and I'm like, wow, okay, she's on her A game. Because the thing is that you have this family that don't get to see their kids, grandkids, or cousins, or nieces and nephews, or nothing like that, because of one woman. Her mission was to separate Harry from his family. When she accomplished that, then she went full-blown rogue. I want this, I want that, I want security. I'm going on the Oprah show. We're going to do the docuseries. We're going to do the book. We're going to get Obi Scobie. We're going to just let it all hang out. That's what she's doing. Do you see anything different that she's doing that I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. Raspberry jam, and some dog biscuits. As if she loves, if she is a lover of anything, she cares about no one but herself. What was the raspberry jam for? You sending out some more jam? See how it doesn't make sense? But you can who do you know, Meghan, that got dogs that you gonna give some biscuits to?
But there's no chance of this happening because Harry continues to obsessively pursue this armed cop thing here in Britain. You know, when he comes back, he demands armed police guards, and it has been decided by the courts and everything that he's not allowed to have that because he's no longer a frontline royal. He spent £1 million, £1 million already pursuing that case. He's failed twice. The last time the judge said, you've got to give this up. You're never going to get the armed police protection that you crave. He's appealed again. He's been allowed to do it. That'll probably cost him another £500,000. But the point about it is, unless he ever gets this armed police protection, which he never will, by the way, poor King Charles is never going to see his grandkids because King Charles being he can't just, I'll just quit.
Really quick, guys, I'm going to be on the Victoria show on Monday. I'm going to post a link in my community. And if you guys would love to support me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, he's going over the fact that King Charles cannot see the kids and he's been watching them on Zoom. And he's tired of watching the kids on Zoom. But Meghan doesn't care. She was never going to make amends with the royal family. She was never going to be this, oh, you can see the kids and the kids can come over and see you. No, she was never going to do that. She's a chief divider. She's a divider in chief. She divides, she conquers, she takes, conquers, divide, and manipulate, and so on and so on. Watch how I go down.
Quickly nip on British Airways, nip out to California and see the kids.
Sorry,
he can't do that. He's the king.
He's the king and he has cancer.
Yeah, that as well. Good point. And Harry would have to bring, and Meghan would have to bring the kids to him, and they're not going to do it. So the king's really upset about this.
I think that this is why you're saying people, because when Harry and Meghan initially came to the States, everyone was so excited to have them. They were instantly in love with them. I think
when Meghan and Harry first came to the States, to the United States, everybody, Hensley is saying, we're in love with them. Now, everybody was not, but most are half of the people over here were excited about them coming over here to see what kind of life they could have over here in the United States. But they did not see the fact that she was going to divide the families and mistreat mistreat all the sides of the family. No one saw this coming. No one saw the fact that Meghan was going to just decimate by trashing her in-laws. I didn't see that coming. I did, however, see her just a little bit whining and crying about her "they messing with me" attitude. But it's fake. The people in the States adored her when she first got here. That's not like that anymore. We see the evilness. We see the devilishness. We see the conspiracy. We see the manipulation. We see how she treats her family. We see how she treats the king and how the kids can't see their relatives. We see it. We see how she kicked them to the curb and used them for her own personal gain. Meghan married Harry so that she could be famous, so she could run back to the United States and pretend that she was famous from the beginning. Yeah, she married Harry for one reason only: raspberry jam and dog biscuits. TIG 2.2. Listen, whatever will help her get off the ground to being something other than a jam maker. A jam maker. While Princess Catherine is walking around being a princess, Meghan's walking around making jam. It's disgusting. It just looks so gimmicky. But like Kinsley said, when she first came over here to the United States, people were backing her up. But that ship has sailed. And the more she does, the worse she becomes. For her to even fix her fingers to do anything on her platform, on her jamathon, on anything was a disgrace. Because this wasn't about her. And when Catherine stepped out of that carriage looking beautiful, glowing, I know Meghan was just seething like a rattlesnake.
I think you see people turning on the Sussexes because they are very much hypocrites. I mean, Meghan is going to produce a show on Netflix about, entertaining and family and friendship.
Meghan is going to make a show about family and friends and love and friendship. Something that's going to make you feel. Meghan is going to do something about friendship, which she has none. Family, she has none. And love, she has none. How can you build anything around that? You can't build a empire around not having that. No, Meghan is running around with these shenanigans and think we're stupid because we see her actions. We can see what you're about. You don't even have to tell us anymore. Remember when she was so quick to come out and say, I'm just ready to be unfiltered, to talk about me and let you know who I really am. Because up until now, everybody else has been telling my story. It's my time to tell my story. Why do your story have holes in it? Why do your story don't add up to what 1 + 1 is 2? Stuff ain't add up for you, Meghan. It doesn't add up. It's like, what? Friendship. Kinsley Schofield going to break it down how she goes, her friends, the people that were trying to help her. No, she totally dissed them and ghosted them, told them to lose her number. I got my prince now and I don't need you. Here, if you don't believe me.
burns every
I know
bridge
you
that she
do.
crosses. Can you tell me one friend that, I mean, aside from Serena Williams, and there I would say that there are mutual benefits for both of them. None of the people that Meghan hung out with before associate with her today. Jessica Mulroney, the cast of...
None of the people that Meghan used to associate herself with before she met Harry, there's no longer a relationship. I'm going to say it again. The people that Meghan used to associate herself with before she married Harry, like her father, her sister, her brother, her family, her friends, them people she talking about, she's going to have a show about. None of those people are still in her life. They're gone. She even got rid of her father. And she's trying to get rid of Harry's. But Harry's bond with his family is too strong. I really do believe that. I really do believe that his bond with his family is too strong for Meghan to break. It's wounded. It's hurting. It's broken. I wonder why. Thanks for asking. Meghan, the Mimi Show. Without her, this week wouldn't exist. It's the Mimi Show. 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 Yeah. It's all about Mimi.
Suits will tell you they don't have her cell phone number.
The people she used to work with, they don't chit chat with her anymore. No, the people from Suits said, I don't have her phone number. She don't roll like that with us. She don't hang with us. Clueless.
And so Harry and Meghan will...
Not forgetting her dad,
Yeah,
most of
but
her
that's
family.
my point is Harry and Meghan will try to preach to us about how they're raising their children and how we should take note of how they're raising.
See, that's that stupid stuff. Nobody's going to take notes from anyone. Nobody's taking notes from idiot and idiotic her. She can't tell me how to flip a pancake. No. Let alone make a bottle of jam and tell me how to be friends. Tell me how to love. Tell me how to love family. Telling me how to raise my daughter. I could teach you something, Meghan. Since you're in the business of thinking that you're going to teach somebody something, why don't you stop playing games and allow the grandfathers and everybody, the family, see those kids? What? Archie's what, 5 or 6 and haven't seen King Charles but maybe once? And Lilibet has never even met him. But is Meghan making any efforts to go over there so they can see the kids? No. She's had that opportunity. When she went over there to London on her way to Nigeria to be nakedless, during that time, that's the time she could have had a moment. They could have had a moment with their grandfather. But Meghan didn't make that happen. She's not. She's holding those kids hostage against their grandparents. It should be some kind of law against it. Like I said, they need to do a welfare check and just check. Just no one has seen the kids. But she's going to make us feel. Nope, you're yet to do anything of a sort. No, we don't feel anything. What we feel is a jokester, a laughter. It's not what you think. It's not the goody feeling. That, oh, she's doing so good. Oh my God. Way to go, Meghan. No, girl.
raising their children. When in the reality is, Harry, if you are such a good dad, it's probably because you had a good dad. And if you had a good dad, then why have you cut the man off?
Yeah. I mean, I think I.
Oh, I'll tell you why he cut him off. Because of Jezebel. She doesn't want that relationship to grow. Because if it does, then they can control Harry. And then Harry can find out that he doesn't have to put up with that BS that Meghan is dishing out. That he does have a voice. That he does have, he can speak for himself. I do believe that. I do believe that Harry is in a state of situation where he's lost who he is. He's not even Harry anymore. He's he's Meghan's four-legged friend, dog, ruff. Whatever you say, master, whatever you say. It's pathetic the way she treats him. It's pathetic the way he allows her to go around treating him like he's not a prince. She act like she came from royal stock. I'm the Duchess of Sussex. You who? First of all, you shouldn't even be repeating that. Because it was given to you by the Queen as a gift as you're working. But since you're not working anymore, don't you think you need to give back your badge? Give it back. Give back the keys to the office. When you're done and they done fired you and told you to get the hell out of there, then you need to take the keys and give them to the manager. That means giving the title back to the owners. No, she branding herself. I'm the Duchess of Sussex and I'm making a Riviera Orchard jam. American Riviera Orchard. Stupid stuff.
Tonight that you'll hear at 9 o'clock. Stop plugging. Obsessive, desperate. No, seriously. That behind the gilded gates of their Montecito mansion, it's like, if you're not with us, it's them against the world, isn't it? If you're not with us in spirit, you can't see us in person. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that.
They're punishing everyone.
They're punishing everyone. The punishment. If you're not going to be on my side, if you're not going to listen to what I have to say, if you're not going to go along with me, my personal belief and everything, then you're out the door. You can't see the kids. Either you're with us or you're not. The blackmail, the withholding of the kids because of something that you want from someone else that you can't get. And so I'm going to withhold the kids until you give it to me. That is sad. That is sad. It's blackmail at its finest.
And she's a great ghoster, isn't she? I mean, I don't know whether she enjoys casting people out into Siberia. Whether or not she enjoys it, she damn well does it a lot.
No, absolutely. And I think that there are a lot of people that have been immensely hurt by it. There's that picture that started...
There's a lot of people that have been hurt behind Meghan's shenanigans, throwing them to the curb. Her father is hurt. Her sister is hurt. Her Ashley is hurt. Her niece. All these people she hurt and kicked to the curb along the way and mistreat is just despicable. You know, when I decided to stay in Dallas, Texas, instead of going to Houston, it was the best decision that I made because I made it because of my family, how they would miss Kira. But Meghan doesn't think of other people's feelings. It's like it doesn't matter because it's all about her. Like, remember that time when she said that I believe that I should have been with the meeting with Harry and his family. I'm the wife. I'm the. This is what she said. I'm the wife and I'm the kid's mom. So this conversation is about you. We want to talk about her. And what we might say, it may hurt your feelings. So you might need to stay out of this conversation until we figure out what we're going to do with you. But we're trying to reach Harry and see if how far along he's gotten with you. Is he totally gone? Or is there still some Harry left? Then they realize, ain't no Harry left. William, ain't no Harry there. He telling secrets and stuff. Harry is gone. That's what you call gone. Gone out the door. Caputo, way, fly away. He has not. He can't even. Harry has no control over the fact that he can't even allow his kids to see their family.
Circulating shortly after it was announced that Meghan was going to marry Harry, and she said she knew nothing about the royal family and they weren't really of interest to her. And one of her friends was like, well, here's us in front of Buckingham Palace when we were 15 years old. And she cut that girlfriend off. They were friends for over 20 years. Trevor, her ex-husband, she informed him they were getting a divorce by just putting the ring in the mail, so
You'll be wanting this.
Here.
So she does have a weird way of being able.
I don't care about you. I never cared about you. I could care less. Here's the ring, skadoodle. I got who I really wanted now. Now I'm finna really do what I really wanted to do because you wasn't the real one. I just been waiting on the... Harry shouldn't have married her. And this is not to all the women that have already been married. But Harry shouldn't have married her because of that reason right there. Because she's a divorcee. And for some reason, that was one of the rules. That you cannot marry someone that's been divorced. Look at it. Look at him marrying someone that was divorced. Look at the drama and the issues that this family has had to put up with ever since they've let this thing into their homes.
To just disconnect with people. And I don't necessarily think that Prince Harry had that lifestyle before because he was surrounded by very specific people. He was safe. And his family in the palace tried to keep him, you are who you associate with. They tried to make sure that he had a small circle that were good influences on him. And, that small circle is no longer communicating with him because they don't feel welcomed by Meghan.
I wonder why. You know what? Each situation that they're in with their friends, their family, it's all the same story. It's Meghan has done this. They don't want to be around Meghan. Meghan scares them. Well, she doesn't, they don't get along with Meghan. That says a lot. That is a lot of information to me. That they cannot get along with Harry's wife. No one. It's not like it's just one or two people. It's it's everybody. No one gets along with Meghan because no one can relate to her. All roads end with Meghan. Everything is always Meghan's fault. If it had not been for Meghan, this wouldn't have went down. If Harry hadn't married Meghan, whoever he was married to now may have been allowing him to see their grandfather. Not like this Jezebel. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about Kate, how sort of human, and a great story that Greg Swenson told about. He told me before, they bumped into her. He's in Chelsea in a famous antique market kind of thing. And they just got chatting. She was like normal. Whereas Meghan, from much more lowly circumstances, is very sort of imperious and regal, isn't she?
Yeah.
And I think that's an affectation.
She is not. She's not attainable. She's not approachable.
She's not attainable. She's not
friendly.
approachable.
She doesn't seem very friendly. No. I mean, unless there's a camera around.
She's not very friendly unless there's a camera around. She is not approachable. Kids see that and they're turned off by that. They don't really want to walk up to her. They don't want to really say anything to her. She just has that look like, stand back, everybody. You're in trouble.
And then all of a sudden, she lights up because we saw that.
Yeah, every time a camera.
She loves privacy unless there's cameras around. Seriously, Kinsey, great to see you. I'm going to be filming something with you on.
This was a great segment, guys. I hope you enjoyed it so much. This was the Mimi Show. Tell me what you think. This was Catherine's moment. Meghan loves to try to ruin it. And it's pathetic. It really is. And it's not about you. It is not. And as she continues to get older, and people in Hollywood is looking for the next best young thing. Not no old. Kisses to you guys. Love you. Enjoy chatting with you. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. I lost a few of you. I hope you guys come back. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I'm working on my members. I should have that fixed this week because there is something wrong with it. So, kisses and have a wonderful evening.